Good morning, everyone. Hello. Looks like Bob is here. Thank you, Bob, for being here. And Dwayne, thank you for being here. It's great to see you both. Today, we are going to talk about the most popular chord progression in pop music. Of course, I'm not sure if it is, but it is on my channel. And I know a lot of people love... Just be careful. Just wait, Bob. A lot of people love this chord progression. And it goes like this. Now, some of you may be thinking that this is a Hotel California chord progression. And in a sense it is. Hotel California came out in 1977. But there was a recording that came out in 1969, July of 1969, by Jethro Tull, and it goes like this. You know the name of it? It's called We Used to Know. Now, there are some videos online that talk about the difference between Hotel California and the song We Used to Know, because it's very, very similar. And, you know, I've heard Ian Anderson talk about the two songs, and he's not interested in suing the Eagles for copyright infringement on this, because it's a chord progression, and chord progressions don't necessarily need to be copyrighted. But it's a very interesting chord progression, and one of the reasons I'm talking about it today is because we can learn a lot of things from it. First of all, it's really fun. I'm looking at comments right here. Somebody says, you have a lip sync issue that I'm seeing. I'm not sure what that means, a lip sync issue. Does that mean that we are out of sync? I don't know. Anyway, welcome to everybody. Dwayne, it's good to see you. Bob, it's good to see you. Now, I don't know what would be the reason for the problem with the out of sync audio. It says the video is ahead of sound by about a second or two. I didn't change anything. So let's just go with it. I can actually download this when it gets done uploading, and I can I can re-upload it with the video in sync, and the audio and the video in sync. It won't be the same. Maybe I'll block this video, but anyway, we're here. Anyway, here we go. It goes like this. Let me find the lyrics to this song. Goes like this. Whenever I get to feel this way, try to find new words to say. I think about the bad old days we used to know. Nights of winter turn me cold, fears of dying, getting old. We ran the race, and the race was won are running slowly. Could be soon we'll cease to sound. Slowly upstairs, faster down, then to revisit stony grounds we used to know. So that's the first three verses of We Used to Know by Jethro Tull. Ian Anderson wrote it. Let me close this window, and we're going to pick up and show you. Let's see, I'm going to close that window too. I'm going to show you a chord progression here now. Let's get this on here. There we are. Let me move myself out of the way a little bit. There we go. Let's see, where should I put myself? I'll put it over here. So what we have here is that the first chord is an E minor chord. I could play it down here. And then the next chord is a B. Okay? Now this is very similar to Hotel California, because if I take my capo and I put it on the 7th fret and go like this, right? That's an E minor chord going to a B7, right? And so the We Used to Know starts with E minor going to B, not B7, but like that. Here, let me so he starts with E minor. Whenever I get to feel this way. Now, if you look on the screen there, you'll see that it says E minor, and then I've got E minor, F sharp diminished, G, A minor, B, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what's going on here is that we're starting in E minor, and then we go to the 5 chord, which is the B chord. Okay, I'm going to change this a little bit and go back to full screen so you can see me better. And then we go to a D chord. And if you look on the screen, let's pull that up one more time. The D chord on the next line goes to an A chord. So if we were in the key of D, I'm going to put my finger right there. See that D? If we were in the key of D, the next chord would be what we call the 5 chord in the key of D. The next chord is a C chord right there in the key of C to a G chord right in the key of C, which would be a 1-5 relationship. The next chord, now this is really interesting because it's like right there. I'm trying to get rid of that, the thing that comes up. I don't really want that to come up, but oh well. That looks like something new that comes up. We play an F sharp chord to a B chord. So it's like in the key of B, it would be a 5-to-1 relationship. But B is also the 5 of E minor, so it goes 5-to-1, right? So this is what's really interesting about this chord progression. We've got E minor, 1 going to 5, and then like we were in the key of D, like 1 going to 5. In the key of C, 1 going to 5. Now in the key of B, it would be, or actually it would be like a 5 of 5 in E minor, which is like you can see in the bottom of the screen there. F sharp going to B. And maybe I should take that bottom part off, like this. Oops, I can't, because this is a PDF file. Never mind. So what's happening here is that we've got, look at this, what's on the guitar. I'm going to play bar chords here. So I'm on the 7th fret, playing an E minor to a B. It's like an A minor chord, right? An A minor shape to an E shape. And then on the 5th fret, it's like an A shape to an E shape. On the 3rd fret, A shape to an E shape. So right? It's very interesting. I'm going to use my finger. Now, this song is in 6/8 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But Hotel California is in 4. I'm not going to play it. But anyway, so this is really interesting because you can do those chords right there. Now, if we just change it into open position chords, it would be E minor to, we could use B7, D to A, to C, to G, right? But you don't see what it looks like on the screen as if I did it like this. 5th fret, D chord, going to an A chord, 3rd fret, going to a 3rd fret. Now, in Hotel California, what they would do is go back up to the 4 chord in E minor to 5. So they'd have that. That's what they would do in Hotel California. But in We Used to Know, we have this different chord. It's completely out of the key. In E minor, there's an F sharp diminished, but this is an F sharp major chord, which is a 5 of 5, going to a B, which is the 5 chord in E minor, going up to E minor, which I think is fabulous because this is called a secondary dominant. If you've ever watched some other people talk about that. Who was I listening to? Bob, who is it that we see on Monday? Let me go back and... Joseph Galasso, how you doing? Yeah. Sorry about the lip sync problem. Hey Joe. You know what? Joseph Galasso just got on and said, and then Bob says, hey Joe, and Dwayne says, hey Joe. You know what? Check this out. Because, oh wait. Here we go. Hey Joe. The song Hey Joe, Jimi Hendrix. Hey Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? C to G, D to A, to E. Now, in the chord progression we were just talking about, Hotel California, and also We Used to Know by Jethro Tull, the Hey Joe is actually backwards. C to G, D to A, E. Hey Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? See what I'm talking about? Well, actually the C to G is the same order as the other chord progression, but then it goes up to D, to A, and then up to E, right? Which is different, but it is still the same kind of idea. You'll notice right here on the screen, I've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E written there. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the reason I've got that is because right there, the C chord is the first one that we play. If you go C, here let's make it a little bit bigger here. I wonder if I can make right display capture. Can I turn that on? Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm going to put this in the corner so you can see it up there. Maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. But I want you to be able to see my guitar at the same time. And let's make this a little bigger. There we go. So if we do this, C, D, E, F, G. C. Now, in the musical scale, this is the musical scale on the screen right there. You've got C, D, E, F, G, G, A, B, C, D, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. So what's happening is it's going up a perfect fifth every time, the root of the chord. C is where we start, and then it goes up a perfect fifth to G. Then it goes up a perfect fifth to D, up a perfect fifth to A, up a perfect fifth to E. Now, why is this important? It's because these perfect fifths are very strong chord progressions. Even if you use them in minor, like if I go C, G, D minor, A minor, E minor, if I were to do that, let's try that. Let's see, am I turned up enough? D minor, A minor, E minor, I realize this is not Hey Joe. Go to D minor. Now, D minor, A minor, and E minor are chords in the C major scale. Now, if I did C, G, D minor, A minor, and just made that a chord progression, let's check that out and see what that sounds like. I think I'll use my pick. C, G, D minor, A minor, go back to C, D minor, A minor. Isn't that a great chord progression? It's fantastic. It's the same idea. The root note of the chord goes up a fifth, perfect fifth. The root note of the chord goes up a perfect fifth, up a perfect fifth. Now right there, when we go to A minor to D, excuse me, A minor to C, it goes up what we call a minor third and starts over. What if we went the other direction? A minor to D minor, G, C. I can get lost just doing this stuff. Right? It's amazing. So if you really think about these kinds of progressions, I'm going to put this back on the screen. If you think about these distances, I guess you could say, they're actually called intervals in music. Right? When we use the major chords, C, G, D, A, what happens is that the key of C, D major is not in the key of C. It's out of the key. A major is not in the key of C. So we're really borrowing these chords from other keys. That's what's cool about it. How about if we did this? C, G, D, A, E minor. A minor, E minor. What if we did it the other direction? E, A, D, G, C. Anyway, kind of interesting. These are very strong chord progressions, and they happen all the time in music. Let me go back to the comments page and see what's going on here. Oh, fuck it, says circle of fifths. Exactly. Tom Strahle. Straley? That's who I was talking about. Yes, I've heard him talk about secondary dominance. A secondary dominant is when you have a chord or a chord progression that is, for instance, a G is a dominant of C, right? So a secondary dominant is when you're in a certain key and you're playing along. Remember I was talking about C, G, D minor? So the dominant of D minor is A. So if I did this, and then A, now I just did that. C, G, A, D, G, C. That's a really good chord progression too. Very strong chord progressions. Very good. Yes, circle of fifths. This is really, really important because understanding these kinds of things can really help you. If you have them down in your mind, then you can say, oh, well, that's just, going down the circle of fifths or going up the circle of fifths. Now, what's interesting about a fifth, a perfect fifth, it sounds like twinkle, 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 little star, right? What does it mean that a note is a dominant of another chord? Good question. Oh, Fugget asks that question. Let's go back to the screen. Let's go back to this one here. Let's see if I can pull this up. This is in my Word program. We'll do it this way. And I'll move myself over a little bit. And maybe I should put myself on the other side, like this. So I'd be looking into, let's see. I'm not fitting very well on the screen. Okay, so these are the major scales. The C major scale right there, C, D, E, F, G, A, B diminished, C. You'll notice that the C is a capital letter or an uppercase letter. D is small, E is small, F, G, A is small, B has a little circle. That means when you build chords on these degrees of the scale, in that scale, you get a C chord, a D minor chord, an E minor chord, an F chord, a G chord, A minor chord, and then you get a B diminished chord going to a C. Okay? Those are the chords that naturally occur in the scale. The 1 chord is called the tonic. The 5 chord is called the dominant. Okay? So the G going to C is a dominant to tonic relationship. If I do a G7, hear that? Have I got that loud enough? That's a G7 to C. Dominant to tonic. Now look at the next line, the G line, right there. Okay, the G is the dominant, the D is the tonic. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. The G is the tonic, the D is the dominant in the key of G. Those are the chords in the key of G. G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, and G. So so all of this is the 5 column right here. These are all dominant to these tonics over here. So G is a dominant to a C tonic. D is a dominant to a G tonic. A is a dominant to a D tonic. E is a dominant to an A tonic. B is a dominant to an E tonic. All right, in those keys. So when we say a secondary dominant, let's say I'm in the key of C. Look at the top. C to G. Now if I go down to the next line, you'll notice that the D is the dominant to the G. So if I'm in the key of C and I suddenly start playing a D chord, and I do D to G, but I'm not really out of the key, then this is called a secondary dominant. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I love to sail on the bounding sea. This is a song that just comes to mind. It's called the Sailor's Hornpipe. So it's a G chord. Then I'm going to go to an A chord, which is the secondary dominant, or the dominant of D. Going to D. Back to the tonic and G. C. Let me play that chord progression really quick and put it in my looper. So what I did, I just played a G to an A to a D, G, C, D, G. I'm waiting for it to come back around. I'm going to play the melody. Here we go. I played the wrong note there. I played an F instead of an F sharp. Let's try it one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Oops, ready, go. One more time. 1, 2, ready, go. I'm going to see if I can do this without mistakes. Ready, go. So that's a song where you have a secondary dominant. Tonic, secondary dominant to a dominant, 1 chord tonic, 4 chord, D with the dominant to a tonic, and that's the answer to your question. Maybe that was a long way to get around to it. So that's how we look at that. Dominant to another chord. So there you go. Very popular chord progressions. These can be done really, really well. I'm not sure what's going on with the video on here. It looks really interesting to me because it looks like I'm way behind where I am. It's okay. I don't care. Crazy. Thank you for coming along, and we'll talk to you later. I'm going to go hang out with some of my friends and supporters, and we'll talk to you later, okay? See ya.